Hey, it is 8 o'clock, and this is the Front Door Show. And today we have part two. This is DJ Jess. How you doing, Jess? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you guys. Whoever's tuning in, thank you so much. It's weird. It's why is the sun still out? Or why is it still daylight? It should be dark by now.
No, this is it's still still got that daylight savings. I guess, or that's it's not yet. We're still daylight.
I know this is too weird, man. I'm used to like being dark already. But how's everything going, man? What's going on with you, man? Give me some good news. Give me some positive.
Everything's good. You know me. I always have something cooking.
Oh yeah, I know you do. You're like the chef of the house industry, man. You're always cooking something up, man. And I know that you got something rolled up your sleeve. Mhm.
Yeah, all the way up my sleeve.
There it is. There it is. I knew I seen something in it.
Yeah. But I mean, before I get into all that, let's talk about you. I mean, you told me you wanted to do a part two, and so I'm here. Any news on your end that you want to talk about? That because I know we had a nice interview with you last time.
Yeah. Well, a lot has changed since the last interview. I obviously lost my mom, which we're still mourning her passing. But I always like, thank you. I always like taking something that's kind of somewhat negative and just making something positive out of it, So what I had in mind was to throw a picnic for my mom to honor her, but not to say that I'm just doing it for my mom. Anyone is open to whoever's in our scene that wants to contribute, that want to celebrate their mom, that want to remember their moms, or even a family member. It's just more or less a picnic to celebrate, kind of like Dia de los Muertos, but obviously it'll be a picnic, not on that day, but something of that nature to bring people together and kind of remember our loved ones, our moms primarily. And it's going to be a nice picnic for just people to come out and be together as one with their kids. We're going to have a lot of activities for kids. We're going to have rides, little games for them and whatnot. And I'm open to any DJs that might want to come and play music. I welcome you. I want people to get involved because one person can't do everything. And that's where some of the contributors could come in. If you're more than interested, please hit me up on my email address or my Facebook. My email address is info4djjess@gmail.com, or you can simply message me on Messenger through my Facebook account. I am truly looking forward to this picnic. I really feel like it's the right thing to do for our moms that are no longer with us, and I think it's going to be a very cool outcome. Not just for the moms and us, but just in general for us to be together and celebrating life. I mean, look at everything that's going on. I think that it's very important to spend time with the family, and what better way to just celebrate our moms and be with our families. So, that's something that I wanted to talk about. Mm-hmm.
So when is this supposed to happen? This event that you're talking about?
Obviously, because of the pandemic still being in effect, I was more so looking forward to the following year. God willing, God give us life. I would be something that would be preferably June, July. I know there's a lot of stuff going on, but yeah, I have my mindset on either June or July, and I think that'll be a good time because it's still kind of warm, not too hot, not too humid. So get the kids out and get them to go out and be active and run around and be kids again.
Well, so. I don't know if you've seen that I lost my mom in November.
Wow, I'm so sorry.
So I understand what you're going through, man. It was so what's called. And not to get really personal on that, but she didn't pass because of the COVID or anything like that, right? Did she, or was it?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what set off some of her complications that she had within her health. So yeah, it obviously contributed to her passing. So it's fair to say that, yeah, the COVID-19 virus did have something to do with her
Oh,
passing.
wow. Sorry. Really sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, it's all
That's
good.
devastating.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
very much so. Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, and I'll tell you, it was, you know, I hope she didn't suffer. Really, I mean, I prayed that she didn't suffer. It wasn't really long drawn out and stuff like that, because I know that was my scare when my mom had passed in her sleep.
Mm.
So I look at it and it's like, oh man, you know what?
It was a
If
peaceful
that's the way
journey.
to, yeah, right. If that's the way to go, that's, I think all of us
Yeah.
wish that about ourselves and for
Truly.
anybody else, you know, that if that's the way, you know. And when I talked to her doctor, I remember that was one of the things, you know, we talked about is she said, he told me, he says, you know, she went in her sleep. If there's a way to go, that's the best way you want somebody to go, you know. And
Absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
just, it's, you know, and my mom was only 74 years old. I mean, she was young,
Wow.
and I consider that young.
Mhm.
And it's, and my dad being, he's 77, just turned 77 in April. And so it's scary at this, at the point, because, you know, they're at that age where they're, you know, anything can happen.
Yeah, they're a high risk. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
You know, between the COVID, he has COPD. He's a lieutenant at the O'Hare airport on top of it. So he's in and out with people all the time, you know. So
Wow.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, you know,
Wow.
and then he was also a deputy superintendent of the entire police force here. So, you know, if there's one thing that was going to get him, the other thing's going to get him.
I know,
You
right?
Like, oh my God.
You can't get away from
So-
this, man. It's terrible, man. You know, it's like what do you look forward to? You know, me, you know, I look forward to change, obviously, for things to get better. But you know, it's like there's always that little negative energy, you know, that's kind of holding us in. And some people are like so petrified of going out and being in the yard. And it's like, I don't like the way we're living, you know, but at the same time, we can't live in fear, you know, just wear proper protection and hope for the better, and just protect yourself and be considerate of other people. Because I think a lot of people feel invincible to this pandemic, to this virus, and you got to learn how to respect it, man. You know, I think people that haven't lost any loved ones within their family, I think they think about it, but they don't take as much precaution. And I might be over exaggerating, but people that have gone through it honestly have a better sense of what can happen, you know, as I found out, you know. So,
Well, okay, and I agree with you 1,000% on that,
mhm.
because like I was talking to my aunt, and she was telling me my cousin
Yeah.
works for Amazon, and that he's been fevered since May 18th. So
Wow.
she's really worried and stuff like that. And I think that's the only family member that we know that may be sick. He's been tested twice, negative, you know, but
Wow.
that doesn't mean that still with term
Mhm.
if he had it. And it's really, you know, talking to other DJs, you know, one of the guys that I know, he's had it. He's cleared. He's back to work as well.
Mm.
Another guy who's had it for, he just recovered 3 weeks ago. There's other people that we know in this industry that had it. So it's a little different when you have a family member that affects you directly, especially your mom and dad.
Oh, absolutely.
That's, you know, that's a big factor that, you know, you don't, it just that is a factor, especially if you're a mom and dad that passed away per se.
True.
So this is the evil of the virus per se.
True.
And I get that, you know, and it's like, and you're going to be, oh my God, you know, it's serious, it's not fake, it's not a hoax and stuff like that. And you're going to be extra careful, and you don't want anybody else happening in your family and so forth.
True.
So it goes in both terms.
Yeah, absolutely.
So and one of the things you mentioned about, you're looking for the positives, and I'm looking for the positives as well.
Mhm.
I have to also, because I'm responsible for not just my family, but also, let's say, the clientele that I work with.
Yeah.
You know, I get it all the time, you know, and I'm very active in the club scene. So
True.
I'm, doing 5 nights a week. I get people always tell me, when we're gonna get back together. I get phone calls, when we're gonna do this, when we're gonna do this. I think I found a happy medium.
Mm.
And there's a couple people online. Pablo Panca Gonzalez is one.
Yeah, I know
Stacy is
Pablo.
another one.
Oh, awesome.
So there's Stacy Kasumba,
Yeah.
Danny. There's a couple guys that I talked to. So here's our plan. I'm going to say it like it is, and I'm going to tell you where I'm going with this. I'm planning to do an outdoor event,
Oh,
but
nice.
not in a picnic sense. Okay.
Okay.
So hear me out.
Okay.
Probably in about 3 or 4 weeks, what I'm planning to do is get people to come to a picnic area that holds, if you do the math on it, holds over 750 people if it was a normal situation.
Oh, wow.
If you divide that by 15 feet distancing,
Yeah.
you could put about 100 people, right? I mean, kind of in that sense.
At
But
least.
we're not looking for 100 people. We're looking at maybe about 30, 35 spread out all over the place and in that picnic setting, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I went bike riding and guess what I see? Blankets, people, the little group, 4 people there. And I see another 20 feet away, another group of people there. See another group of people. So they're observing this social distancing.
True. Okay.
And I think for us, that works. That works. That works great. So I'm going to do the first ever social distancing picnic. That's what I want to do.
I love that. I love that.
Okay? But wait, but not just social distance picnic. I'm going to do it as a silent party.
Oh.
So you heard it here first.
Oh.
So what that means is that you go to the picnic. This done beforehand. You rent the headsets, and we'll figure that out. The headsets, basically, meaning the DJs,
Yeah.
we're going to be in our section of a parking lot per se. We're not going to even be in the Grove because the Groves are closed. The Grove,
Yeah.
the Grove huts are closed and stuff like
Sure.
that. So technically, we're going to do it off our laptop. Here's our laptop, right? What I'm talking to you right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to be DJing off our laptop. Let's say on top of the trunk of my car, playing music, right?
Yeah.
So that transpondent basically transpondent number 1, and I'm playing, let's say salsa, merengue, bachata, boom, 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 I'm playing, doing all the stuff that I'm playing, goes into that transpondent, you got the headsets, and you're a football field away, another football field away, another football field away. Doesn't bother anybody. On top of it, because it's a silent party, doesn't disturb anybody that's walking around.
That's true.
Doesn't do anything. But guess what? Instead of the live streaming, you get to hear the music live streaming right from the laptop right there inside the picnic.
Oh,
per se.
wow.
But the beauty is that in every laptop, there's going to be 3 different laptops, and each of them are going to be playing one house music, old school, alternative, progressive, underground. That's channel number 1. Channel number 2, salsa, merengue, bachata, cha-cha-cha, cumbia, reggaeton. Number 3, hip hop, R&B, step music, kazumba, zouk. So those are going to be the 3 types of music that are going to be playing
Yeah.
simultaneously between the little tiny groups, maximum 6 people per group, but each of them are going to have a headphone so they enjoy the music. They can bring their kids, bring the cookout, bring the food, and guess what? You're going to be at least 20 feet away from each other all over these groves that are basically a football field to the north, football field to the south, football field to the west, football field to the isn't going to bother anybody.
Of course
That's
not.
what we're going to do.
Oh wow, man, that's I want to be part of that. I definitely want to. I definitely want to play the underground for all the people in their headsets. That definitely count me in. I'm serious. I've
So,
been wanting to do
all
that.
right, all right, all right. You heard that, Pablo? So Jesse said, just said, okay.
Pablo, you better
So, you know,
write my name in the list, man.
all right. So, and I get some people telling me, what are the concerns? Whatever. Okay. For instance, the one thing I told Stacy, the guy who's going to be renting the headsets.
Sure.
We're going to have a guy out there or a girl that's going to have sanitizing the headsets. So when you get the headsets, they're going to be sanitized.
Mhm.
When you return them, they're going to be sanitized. Trust me. When we did this before, I've done a silent party before. We've always had somebody cleaning it and spraying it and disinfecting it. That's what we always did. You always did that no matter what.
You have
It
to.
was
Yeah.
always so. This is going to be done in the same exact way,
Mm.
and that's and the way I look at it. If this will be a way at least to start
Yes.
in a social gathering without and still maintaining social distancing.
That's what I like.
This will be the way, and definitely. So, Jess, you're gonna be part of it. I already got Frankie,
Yes.
Freddie. Yes. So trust me, it's gonna be. And I think what's gonna happen. You heard it here first. Trust me, when somebody hears this concept and we doing this right now, just watch how many people start doing exactly that elsewhere and doing it. Hey, you know what? Hey, trust me. Hey. Or they're gonna wait to see if it's successful what I do, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, let's do it on our own and trust like that.
You're right.
But this is what I'm talking about. The way I look at it,
It's unique.
this has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And if it's going to start somewhere, let's do it the smart way. And I think this is the best way. I don't want to do anything like the Ozarks in Missouri, the way they did it with the pool party or anything like that. I think because honestly, I know my crowd, your crowd are older adults.
Yes.
And just like you're concerned. You don't want people infecting you or your loved ones or anything like that. And neither do we. I think all of us at our age, we're not kids. We're not 20-year-olds like you see in Miami
Right.
and some of these kids that are doing stuff like that. We are going to stay responsible. And as I said from the very beginning, I'm going to do something that's going to be responsible to my people as well.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a way to do this in a responsible way that this can go forward, because I know what's going to happen. And mark my words, it's going to be good. It's going to be safe. It's going to be social. The distance is going to stay there. And people are going to say, wait a minute, this is the way to start this getting out. Because honestly, everybody's going crazy staying in at this point.
Yeah, seriously.
But what I don't want to happen, and I know this is not going to happen, there's going to be people too afraid to go out. I know that. That's just normal. Well, fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. But if you got a group of 5, 6 people, you're good. Guess what? You're going to do like what you do anyway when you go on a picnic.
Yeah.
You're going to keep your distance, and this is what it is. Everybody's going to wear the mask. Everybody's going to wear the gloves. You get your hand sanitizers. Normal. You got your grill. You know what? And if people are going to congregate, guess what they're going to do? Gloves, hand, and they're going to say hello to everybody. How you doing?
Yeah.
That's all they're going to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. That's smart.
It's the same thing going to Home Depot, and everybody's 6 feet away, and it's if anything, because of the football field distance. This is even further apart, so nobody's gonna bother anybody.
True. I'm gonna take a tent, man. I'll be in my tent jamming out with everybody, free of mosquitoes and all that mess. No, but that's a really brilliant idea. I take off my hat to you on that. That's really I like that you're practicing safe distancing and taking precautions on that, because of course, what we're going through, man. So I think it's awesome, and I don't see you having any problems with that because, like you said, people can stand away from each other. You don't have to be together. It's unfortunate, but
No. But because of the silent party, think about it. There's you don't have to be standing by the DJ booth to get the music.
right.
You're getting it from your headset and stuff like that. So the DJ booth could be over there, the other one could be over there, and the other one could be over there, and you're still going to get the same music. And it doesn't matter, we're going to maintain our social distancing between us guys and stuff like that. We're going to do whatever we're going to do as far as the setup and stuff like that. And I obviously discussed about switching off DJs and this and that, and the same thing. You know what? We're dealing with SZ twos, and multiple headsets, laptops and stuff like that. But guess what? We're wearing gloves. We're going to be wiping the stuff down. We're touching our laptops, and that's it. We plug in our hard drive, and we're all good. Boom, done.
This is like the future of partying. This is the new. You know what I mean? It's the scene. It's got to change. You know what I mean? So I welcome it, man. I welcome change. And I honestly, I've seen a couple people do it in different states. I thought the concept was really cool. Actually, I thought it was really brilliant for someone to think about that. I never knew it could be done. But nowadays, if you could send a monkey to the moon, I think you could do just about anything. You know what I mean? So I'm all for it, man. I'm really looking forward to that, man. So what date do you have that set on, or when do you?
I think we're looking at about 2 or 3 weeks from today. From Sunday per se. So if we're doing it, it's probably going to be June 21st. I think that's going to be our first date and stuff like that. I'm going to look at the weather. It could be as quick as June 14th, but June 21st, I think that's going to be safe to say, just because the 31st is around the corner. I know everything's opening up. Phase 3 is opening up on June 3rd.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be kind of it's way too relaxing and stuff like that. I know finally everybody's gonna get their haircuts like I need.
Oh my God! Look at me. I've never had my.
I'm just like, ooh.
My hair's never been this long, but it doesn't look too bad, But I knew you're a sly dog, man. I knew you had something up your sleeve, dude. I knew it. I was like, I'm thinking, Angelo's gotta have something up his sleeve. I know he does. So hey, that's brilliant, man. I can't wait for that. And man, let's get the word out and whatever you need. Me. That's just one aspect of it. Man. Dude, I got more. But I guess for me, and think about it. As long as you've known me, and we're in the music business. Like for instance, the mixtapes and CDs, and for a fact that when I did the first time the mixtapes and CDs, what do? I was putting addresses to every mixtape and CD place that I was selling it, right? Remember that list of all it? And what happened? It was a blueprint for every DJ out there to sell their mixtapes and CDs, right? Yeah. They're like, oh, Beato gave us the whole list. Here we go. And it was, and I was happy for that. Because everybody, then everybody profited. Everybody did well from it. True.
And that's what I want. I want this is not just about me. I want this whole situation for everybody.
But like you said, Angelo, it's all about just somebody taking that idea and running with it. I think a lot of the promoters, sometimes they're scared to try things because we're all scared of failure, but little do they know that failure prepares you for success. You're going to fall a few times, but guess what? You're going to get back up and start running again. And I respect your ideas because, you've always been a hustler. You've always been very unique at your events. I love the salsa thing that you do at Alhambra. You've been there for years. Dylan's, you're a visionary, man. You see something and you're not afraid to try it. And I think that's why I respect you so much. And that's probably one of the reasons that you're still doing what you're doing, man. I think you're very unique in doing your events, very classy, very somewhat elegant as well, man. I mean, you got a really nice spots where you're throwing your salsa events, like the Drake Hotel. I think that's really awesome that you're able to do that, man. You know, that's man, my hat off to you, bro. That's major respect, and let's keep doing it, man.
Well, I don't know if you ever heard the quote about Michael Jordan. I don't know if you know about this, but we talk about Michael Jordan
Mhm.
and the shots that he's made, right?
Yeah.
But if I don't think nobody's ever really technically took account of how many times he's missed. He's missed a million times. You know, I mean, seriously, he is not 100% and like that. But the fact that he does it so often is why he's so, you know, because and going back to what you were saying about taking the risk.
Yeah.
If you don't take the risk and taking that shot, you know, how are you going to know if you're going to hit it or not and stuff
Exactly.
like that. So I think what okay, so the big shots is what we remember, but we don't remember all the misses and stuff like that because we don't care about the misses
Exactly.
per se, but we care about the shots,
Right.
you know, the shot, you know,
Yeah.
like that. Because, and trust me, I've seen many Michael Jordan games and stuff like that, and he missed, but nobody's, oh, he missed, oh, he sucks. No, it's when you take those shots and you make them count.
And they made him greater.
And I think that's right, exactly. And I think that's what this business has to be doing. You take a shot, you do it, just go forward with it. You know, and let me tell you something. In talking to Pablo and talking to Stacy and talking to everybody, this ideal, there's no guarantee that I'm going to get 30 group of people in there. Absolutely. There could be 10 people there. So what? Okay. I'm happy.
Did it.
I did it. That's all I care about.
That's
you know,
all.
I pray that there's going to be a good crowd. I don't think there's going to be 300 people in the place. And
You never know, though. You never know.
But you know, and that's why we're limiting to the amount of headphones, because once we set that limit, that's it. We don't want to do where too many people are in the place and stuff like that. That's what we don't want to do.
True.
That's why we're going to limit to, like I said, well, guess what? If you didn't get it, wait for the next event. Wait till we do this again. Maybe, you know, because we want to make sure this is done safely. We want to make sure that this is done the correct way.
True.
And for everybody, because listen, just a regular nightclub, right? Capacity is 300 people in a nightclub, right? That you have your capacity, right?
Yeah.
But there's 500 people out the door. Oh, I would love to bring on 500 people there, but if I bring 500 people there, what happens? The city of Chicago closes me down, and then I can never do it again. You know, and then that screws it up for everybody. It's the same thing with like this. You know, I don't want to do anything that's going to interrupt the city of Chicago. That we're going to keep responsible, keep everybody in the distance, keep everybody stuff like that. And if we're playing music off the laptop and you're hearing it through headphones, what is it doing? It's not loud music. It's not bothering people. It's not doing anything. Not it's disturbing anything. Guess what? You know, if somebody, hey, I got my earbuds on. So
Right.
a bunch of people, you know, I was bike riding and everybody had earbuds on and stuff like that. You know, so
Wow.
it is what it is, you know.
I see it being a success, man. Seriously. I think it's going to be very unique to a lot of people that, I mean, I've seen it, but I've never experienced it. I'm really looking forward to experiencing the just the the vibe of it. You know what I mean? It's very different. You know, like I love jamming out on my headphones. Obviously, you know.
Right.
So I want to see how it feels to hear somebody DJ while I'm just rocking my headphones. You know, I like that a lot, man.
Oh no,
Seriously.
what's cool? Well, but the reason why I think even more so my people have done it because I did it at Alhambra Palace before.
Wow.
We had the outdoor patio, and what was funny and again it has to go to the fact that what I did. So the outdoor patio, we were limited to only being open till 11 o'clock on the outdoor patio.
Wow.
But the noise from if I had DJs on the outside patio would travel to the neighbors. So I came up with the concept of doing the silent party. And I remember the cops pulling up and all they see in the outdoor patio is a bunch of people with glow-in-the-dark headsets, right? Because they have the red, green, and blue,
Right.
right? So they came up to me and goes, "What's going on out there?" I go, "Oh, we have a silent party." They go, "What's that?" The cops are like asking. Oh yeah, it's 3 DJs. They're doing their thing and stuff like that. And he goes, "And they can hear it through the headsets." I go, "Yeah." The cops are going, "Let me get a couple of those."
Right.
They were like, "Oh, this is cool."
It's
And
fresh. It's a new idea, man.
And obviously, because you're outdoor, what you don't want to do is create a problem for anybody. Let's say who doesn't want to hear the music or doesn't want to, you don't want to create this, especially what's going on right now. You don't want to create this bad aspect of he's playing music I don't like and stuff like that. No, you know what? If people are dancing in their little picnic area where they're dancing and stuff like that, hey, they can do that now with Spotify and other stuff. That doesn't stop those. But obviously they're gonna know that it's each of us are gonna be playing on what we're playing and stuff like that. Right. So they're gonna be jamming out to what we're playing and stuff like that. So even if it was live stream per se. Transpondent goes out, boom, wow. And you're doing it right there and then.
That's so awesome, man. That's so my question is, like, you're gonna have all these DJs play, three DJs playing at the same time, or are you just gonna have one at a time?
Exactly. No. Three DJs playing at the same time. 3 DJs playing it because it's three different channels.
Right. Oh, so you could change on your headphone. You could change what channel you want to listen to.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Exactly.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, how does that work? Okay, now that makes sense. Okay. So obviously you did it before. So yeah, I see good things happening from this point on, man. Seriously. I like the idea a lot.
Right.
So that's very cool. So as a DJ, can a DJ play a little bit of everything, or do you want DJs to stick to just a certain genre that they're used to playing, or how do you?
Well, I mean, because it's 3 different channels. That's why we get if it's underground house. The channel is like particularly house, underground, progressive, old school, freestyle, alternative. Okay, and then we have another channel which is the Latin channel. Let's say salsa, merengue, bachata, cumbia, all the Latin stuff. And then you got another DJ doing R&B, hip hop, the reggaeton, the reggae, and I'm sure that if a DJ wants to do a variation per se, I don't care. The way I look at it is because we're doing it from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's kind of our time frame per se. I figure DJ 2 hours each, opening DJs, they'll do whatever they do and stuff like that. DJ will come in at 12 to like 2:30, another DJ 2:30 to 4:30, and then the 4:30 to 6 o'clock kind of thing.
Okay.
So kind of like it's just I'm guessing 2 hours is kind of 2.5 hours is kind of good for every DJ and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that's enough time for whoever's DJing to get their music, any type of music they want to play. The 2 hours is a real good amount of time, man. So I like that.
Victor Salazar sounds awesome.
Oh yeah. Because Victor and I were talking about it, and I'm sorry. Did you want to talk more about your idea, or?
No. Go ahead.
No, because I don't know if a lot of people remember back in the day, like I want to say the 80s, early 80s, early 80s, obviously late 70s, early 80s. In your neighborhoods, there would be people that would drive around playing music. They had like big speakers on the roof of their van or whatever vehicle they were using.
I remember like DJ Herc in New York.
Yeah.
With the big.
Hey, that's what I want to do, because I want to go like to neighborhoods like Pilsen. I want to go to Little Village, and we just want to drive nice and slow and have a DJ playing music, but with the idea of stopping somewhere and then just having people just, they want to dance near the truck. That's cool. They don't have to be all up in it. And I seen this one show on Channel 11 the other day, and there's a band that does that in Oak Park, and that's kind of the reason I wanted to do it, but also just they were playing rock music first of all. And I want to do like house music. I want to play classics, a little bit of everything. So that's another idea that I was sharing with Victor Salazar, and he was like, "Dude, that is so brilliant. I would love to be part of that." So pretty much we'll just go to different neighborhoods on weekdays or maybe even weekends, whatever. I'm still working out the details, but that's something that I'm cooking up as well, just to kind of, why not play some music for your neighborhood? If you're going down the street, I mean, the ice cream truck plays music and they sell ice cream cones. We could play music and perhaps sell some t-shirts, some hats, or give some CDs away to people that like our music. So that's one of the other reasons that I was cooking up for the ideas that I have planned mostly for next year, obviously, and stuff, God willing. And that was one of the ideas that I shared with Victor. That's why it's funny that you said that Victor's loving the idea, because I mean, this guy, Victor loves any idea, bro. I could just tell he loves his craft. He has a deep appreciation for just playing good music, man. God bless Victor, man. He's always given his time to all the people out there, man, and it's awesome.
So Victor says he's in. Victor says he's in. So there you go.
He was in before I even gave him the idea. So
I'm talking about the picnic.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
The silent party, social distancing silent party. That's it.
There you go. Hey, I mean, I could see a lot of people being in on it as well, man. I mean, it's an awesome idea, and I can't wait, man. So whatever you need me to do, whatever you need from me aside from playing, you want me to get the word out, I'll get it out there as quickly as I can to all my.
Like I said, I was literally going to set up the event actually tomorrow. I was going to set up the event. Let's do it tomorrow.
Okay.
My boy Stacy is coming with me over. He's coming by the woods where we're going to be doing it at.
Mm-hmm.
So he's bringing in a little transponded. He's bringing in just to see the distance and stuff, and see how we're going to set up. As far as what we're going to do, the laptops and basically on the trunk of our car, make sure there's shading and stuff like that. Like make sure there's we're not disturbing anybody, right, and we're not near anybody per se. So there's plenty of room. Trust me, there's plenty of room. And like I said, there's 3 different groves, and it's 350 on this grove, 200 in this grove, 200 in this one. And there's plenty of room for you can be at that grove, you can be at that one, or you can be at that one. And oh my God,
I think you're gonna get more than 100 people, man. You're probably gonna get a lot of people just because everyone's itching to like go out there and do something. A lot of people.
But here's the thing is that even let's say we get 100 people there, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say it's 100 people. You still got room for 750 people. So 100 people, or if each group is 15 feet away from each other, you got plenty of room. Oh my God, because and trust me, we're gonna have people there also saying, hey, do me a favor, move over. We want to make sure there's more distance. But we're gonna have some people that are going to be monitoring the distancing, because we want to make sure that everybody, hey, you know what? We don't want nobody close. We want to keep the distancing as a priority.
True.
We don't want to be, we don't want 1,000 cars driving in there and stuff like that, because, the problem is, even if you came, you can't hear anything.
Where's the party? I don't know. They're jamming out on headphones.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
so that's why.
Is it going to be in Chicago?
Yeah. Yes, it will be in Chicago. Yes, it will be in Chicago. So it will be in Chicago. So it's one of the girls that, like I said, I go bike riding by it and I look at it and I'm like, oh my God, this is and the reason why it really got me, because I was like, all the Groves huts, they're all boarded up, or they're all like chained up, and you can't use it, and nobody's going to use those. So you can't use them. And so we're not. So I'm there, and I'm take my bike and I look, and sure enough, people in blankets, they're there. There's people with blankets over there. There's people with blankets over there. I said, okay, this is cool.
Oh,
people
wow.
are social distancing. They're talking, and they have their little group of 4 people, 5 people, little 5 group of there, 5 people there. So okay, that works. So imagine, 30 groups, spread out 750 feet distance.
Yeah.
And enjoying our music.
Another question. Another question. Can you bring alcohol?
You know what? I don't know if that's part of the park, because that's that's a good question. What is the park currently? Do they allow alcohol at the park and stuff like that? Because I know you can bring your little
Depending.
grill.
Mhm.
I don't, that's here, I'll look it up right now. How's that?
Hey, go knock it out.
What this says right now. So let's see. I'm bringing alcohol
Uh-huh.
to the park, right?
Yeah.
And someone's gonna, can you bring alcohol to the park? Chicago Municipal prohibits bringing alcohol to a public park. Playgrounds are being drinking on the public way any sidewalk. So you cannot bring alcohol, you know? So that means don't bring alcohol.
Yeah, don't, guys. And don't be trying to bring spiked lemonades and all. Don't do that. Don't do that. You can't do that. Just be good.
Yeah, so I mean that's normal. I mean that's it with anything. You can't bring alcohol and stuff, but you can bring your, you can bring your grill, you can bring your food and stuff like that. Everybody has their the grills and stuff like that. That doesn't stop anything and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think the idea is phenomenal, man. Seriously, I think to me, just, for me, it wasn't about drinking. But I'm sure people that are listening in, they're probably like, oh, well, can you drink there? And that's the only reason I asked. But me, I'm just like a kid right now. I think to me, that is the coolest idea for an event ever, man. Seriously. And I'm truly, truly looking forward to it. I swear to you on everything that I love, that I'm really looking, and I'm so excited that I hope Paulo is gonna make me part of it, because I'm truly looking forward to being part of it. It's something that that I think is gonna be fun for a lot of people. And like you said, even if you don't get the turnout that you're expecting, it's okay. But the thing is that you did it, and a lot of people are gonna run with that idea. Obviously.
So here, so Noel Vargas had a point. He had a question, because what happens is 25 of those people get sick and affect their families and stuff like that. So I know that's one of the questions, but at the same time, they're practicing social distancing. We're gonna tell you to bring your gloves and your mask. That's that. Is that going to be the same thing like if you walk into
Home Depot?
Home Depot, yeah, Home Depot and stuff like that. You're mask required. We're going to tell everybody, bring in your mask, bring in your gloves and stuff like that, because that's going to be the norm. We're not telling anybody to mask free or anything like that. So at the same time, that's what I says. If you go outside, and we're going to tell people stay away 15 feet away from each other. That's normal. That's a social distancing. That's how we're going to do it, is keep this social distancing and stuff like that.
It's
so
the new
how
norm.
are you going to, that's the new norm and stuff like that. So, if they get sick, let's say 25 people get sick, but it isn't going to be because of what we did. Absolutely not. It's going to be 25 people got sick because maybe they walked in at Home Depot, they walked in grocery store, the gas station and stuff like that. That's like, it says this is room for 750 people.
Wow.
When I say 750 people, I'm talking about norm 750 people. So we're not looking at.
This is
No, that's true. That's true. It makes sense. But are people trying to ask questions? Is everyone?
Well, I mean, it's a normal concern question. I'm not going to deny that. What if somebody gets sick per se and stuff like that? Because that's like anything else. It's like
you could get sick at Home Depot. You could get sick at the grocery store. I mean, it's all about people taking precaution.
Well, my suggestion to you, if you're worried about that, don't go.
Exactly.
That's it. Don't go.
Don't feel obligated.
Nobody's turn to go. But we're not going to do anything that's going to be not keeping the social distance. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Exactly. We're going to do a social distancing. Whether you get the disinfected headsets and you go to your section. And that's it. And then anyone else that comes in, they're gonna go to their section. And they're gonna be far away. So I don't see how any 25 people are gonna get sick by this because they're not gonna be anywhere near each other,
Right.
okay? They're nowhere, everything's going to be disinfected when we get the headsets back. Trust me, the people are gonna be there, they're gonna be disinfected, they're gonna be spraying it,
Of course.
putting
Yeah.
it away. They're not exchanging anything. There's not going to be anything. That's why we're limiting to what it is, because we know when somebody gets back their headphones, guess what? Those aren't used anymore.
Right.
Done.
Yeah, and that's cool because wherever you walk, the music's gonna follow. You know what I mean? It's like, what better idea to come up with, man? How clever, how inspiring it must have been to just think about that. You know, I mean, I wonder, how do you think of something like that? We can make silent parties. Like, huh? What do you mean silent party? And now I've seen it. I'm telling you, it's a growing trend, and I'm glad that somebody like yourself finally took initiative to make it.
Well,
happen.
I mean, and the only reason why is because, I have to also look at, let's say, Salsa Tuesday, right?
Mhm.
Salsa Tuesday's always been a big Tuesday night thing, right?
Yeah.
But even if clubs open up, let's be honest with you, clubs open up right now. I'm gonna have somebody like Noel Vargas coming up to me and say, "Hey, man, I don't want to walk into Alhambra with 100 people because I might get infected," and I agree with that because
Yeah.
in the sense of having indoors.
Mhm.
We're limited to, just right now, they're limited to what, six tables,
Yeah.
per, that's says, so outdoor, at least we have the sense of that it's such a big distance,
Yeah.
that's where, I think, like, I mean, and Noel, don't think I'm harping on the fact that that's because you asked the question, I'm going to pick on you or nothing like that. No,
No,
and someone's going to ask
it's a good question. It's a good,
It's a good,
positive
it's a
question.
good question.
Absolutely.
Noel, please don't take it as witch card. But I'm just saying that in the opposite term of, if they open the doors right now for a nightclub and they say 50 people max, you know what? I think you're safer outdoor with this picnic
I agree.
than actually being indoors with 50 people per se.
Absolutely.
This is a safer way of doing this because you're in such a huge distance away from each other.
True.
You're going to be in the mask and the gloves. And if you decide to take the mask off, you're in, because honestly, that's what I seen at the park right now. People don't have masks and gloves, but they're congregating with their little group of 4 or 5 people.
Right.
That's it. I see the 3 kids running around, the 2 adults in there, and they're staying, that's basically what happens at the household, right?
Yeah.
They're all the group, but they're not going to be running and playing with the other people that are, 20 feet away, 15 feet away with somebody else and stuff like that. So I think that's
It's gonna be clicks, little small clicks of their own and stuff. Yeah, that's
right,
perfect.
right. And trust me, there's not going to be the dancing salsa with each other or anything like that, meaning that group is going to dance with that group. No, that's not what's going to happen. The concept is, we're going to tell you, couples are encouraged to come together.
I'm gonna be dancing seriously with my girl, obviously.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. You're going to be dancing with your girl.
Yeah, your
And
partner.
that's part of what we're doing. We're making this like a family event per se.
Yeah.
We're not trying to get people to dance with each other or to we want people to enjoy a beautiful day,
Mhm.
enjoy music
True.
in a setting where it's safe for everybody. And that's why we're doing this.
Yeah. No, I love it, man. Great concept. I know it's gonna be good energy. And I don't see a number of good things happening from this, man. I hope that more people will do it. Do events like this. I think it's I like that you don't disturb anyone. You know what I'm saying? That people can't complain. Oh man, the music's too loud. Turn that down. And everyone's just listening to music in their headphones, man. How clever is that? So So definitely keep me posted on any updates, anything that I can let people know. You know, obviously we can't let them know. They can't know everything, but you know, whatever I could get out there to my fans and my friends and family, that'd be great. You know, but the concept is
Right.
superb, man. I love it. I love it a lot.
So what are your plans for the near future for you? What's happening with your record company?
I just dropped a release, the Galvez Brothers, that consists of me and my brother, the house conductor. Also, his name is Mike, and we put together a nice 4-track EP. That's our latest installment on Fresco Recordings. It consists of some disco feel tracks and some nice tribal tracks that actually doing really good for us. We're very excited that we released it. Aside from that, I got a couple more artists from Mexico City that are had given me some music before, but you know, sometimes things doesn't go accordingly. However, we are pushing more music out. I have started on my Bandcamp site, which is anyone can follow me there at djjazzbandcamp.com. I had to break it up into two because, you know, I also did releases on various labels overseas and here in the States. And so I have my own account for DJ Jazz, just my releases that I did for previous labels. And I have my Fresco Recordings label as well. And both are really working out really well. And, you know, we're going to keep releasing more music, and I'll keep people posted as well. You know, I'm always posting. Probably people are like, man, this guy's doing so much. But, you know, the thing is, we have time right now. You know, a lot of us ain't working. A lot of us are at home catching up on things we couldn't catch up on when we were at work. So that's the reason that I've been really focusing on my outlets. And I'm hoping to just get people back into the dance world and get DJs to buy our music and, man, really just share the ideas and the releases with everyone and anyone that likes the house sound that we put out and I put out as myself as DJ Jazz. So stay tuned for more releases, obviously, and more remix projects. You know, any questions you guys want to ask me, go right ahead. You could message me on Messenger, and I'll gladly answer any questions you might have for me.
Well, I don't know if you've seen my birthday on Tuesday, I had Tito Puente Jr.
I seen that. I did see that.
Okay.
He said happy birthday. He sang happy birthday to in a very percussionist way. I thought that was really nice. I thought that was awesome, man. Great.
So that, you know, and one of the things that we talked about, and he had gone into making music as well, but it was the Latin house aspect of it. And I remember and talking to Chewy yesterday, we were talking about how everybody loved River Ocean. That was the song that, you know.
Oh yeah.
So that was iconic.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking of what you were showing, because of the Latin house stuff that you're doing. I'm surprised that you and have never reached out to Tito Puente Jr., basically almost doing what his father did
Yeah.
in a house track, because that would be, you know, not reinventing the wheel, but that would be, because that became an iconic song in the house industry. That became, or in the dance music aspect of it, because, you know, I know what you do and your style and stuff like that, and I know Tito, what he's been doing with his father's music, and now he's breaking out with his new track is coming out, a new album coming out. I was amazed to hear that his father came out with 178 albums.
Holy
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
And
Wow.
he, you know, that's amazing and stuff like that. But I would think that would be a good niche to put under his belt to do another, you know, basically house track, just like his dad did with, you know, like India. And,
Yeah, Masters at Work. He did a lot of stuff with Master at Work. And it's funny that you said that, because when I was watching you interviewing him, first of all, I love his vibe, dude. He's very alive, very well-spoken. And it's funny that you mentioned that, because when you were interviewing Tito Puente Jr., I was like, damn, what if I could work with this dude one day? And then, like, I didn't pay no mind to it anymore, but I did, honest to God, on my kids, I was like, I wonder if this guy would ever work with someone like me, you know? So when you mentioned that just now, I was like, oh, that's very strange. I mean, if you can make that happen, I will give you 20%, Angelo.
Give me, I did with Williams from Jive Records, and
Oh, yeah.
with Whiskey and Dell and our had them do Burn It Up. You know what I mean, like that.
Yes, 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 bro. I would
Because
be
you know,
more than honored.
dude, that's exactly what happened. Wayne Williams was there in the South at the went to me at the Latin Billboard conference.
Yeah.
And he comes up to me and goes, "Hey, Prieto, I don't know this music, but I really like what I'm hearing." He goes, "Introducing to someone," and I said, "Come here, Wayne. This is Wisin Yandel."
Wow.
And then Wayne is like, "Huh? Who do you think?" I says, "R. Kelly. Who else?" And sure enough, that's what happened.
So you're close with Wayne Williams, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've been trying to play at the Chosen Few picnic for like the last 3 damn years, man. And it's funny enough, I sent Wayne a message, bro, and I was like, Wayne, I don't know if you remember me, probably not. You know, I was a young little punk when I used to work with Benji, and I met you in New York a few times. I met you with Benji a couple of times. And man, honestly, I know you're part of the Chosen Few picnic, and I just want to get my hands on them decks up there. I want to DJ for that crowd, but unfortunately, he never reached out to me, never responded. So, I mean, hey, that's your boy.
Well, I have a Wayne Williams story that just happened this past January.
Let's hear it.
So I'm in a meeting with Rosita and Saladin for the Chicago Salsa Congress.
Okay.
And we're meeting over at Hyde Park, which is on 51st, and I forgot what the restaurant hotel that they have right there.
Yeah.
At Hyde Park. I forgot, beautiful place and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm meeting with her. We're Rosita and Saladin, and we're all discussing about what's going to happen for the Salsa Congress, which was this year, February 18th to the 21st, I believe.
Mhm.
And obviously that year I brought in Johnny Vasquez from New York, and he performed on that Thursday for the opening party for the Salsa Congress. So we're discussing about the setups on Tuesday. Johnny's playing our Alhambra Tuesday, the pre-party, and we're talking about Johnny's going to be there on Thursday.
Yeah.
And here walks in Wayne Williams, walking past us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's having a meeting with somebody from the city of Chicago. So I go, "Hey," I said, "I know that guy." And he's like, I go, "Oh," and Saladin and Rosita, the ironic story behind that is that, and if you never heard the story, Saladin is in his 80s. He started doing music back in the days what are called the boppers. They were the boppers, right? They were doing bopping, which is step music today, but it was bopping, and it was pretty much, he was a jazz DJ. And then on Sundays he would do mambo. That would be the music that he played. That's how he got into the whole mambo thing.
Oh wow.
So Wayne, I call Wayne over and say, "Hey, come on, man, come in and sit. I want to introduce you to two people."
Yeah.
And Rosita used to be the dean of students over at Chicago State University.
Okay.
So she's retired now. And Saladin is he's a teacher at the old folks music over there, right there on Clark Street. So I tell him who Wayne is, about the Chosen Few and this and that. Wayne turns around and says, "Oh, wait a minute. You got to know my father," with Saladin, because Wayne's father was back in that history of the old bop music, and it's called boppers, the boppers and stuff,
Right.
step music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh my God," and obviously, and it was just crazy how close this world is between everybody kind of knowing each other, being that old school, and this is music from the 50s and 60s, right, that they were, and how I'm involved in it with the Latin music aspect of it. And I was telling the story about the house music aspect of it. and the reggaeton aspect of it and how it all ties in that everybody. So that's the Wayne Williams story. And Wayne, was amazed that, he goes, oh no, he goes, hey, Prieto's done phenomenal for me. And then obviously they're happy that I'm, working with them and stuff like that.
Right.
So obviously, with this year, the festival not happening, any of the festivals happening and stuff like that. That's another factor of why I'm doing this social distancing silent picnic,
Mhm.
so that this way we can be still observing,
Yeah.
keeping it safe, and try to be at the same time not stuck home per se.
Yeah. True.
I want everything to be safe, and I think this is going to be the way to do it.
I think people are ready. I think people are ready to just come out and get some fresh air and live a little again. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think that's brilliant. I just want to say thank you, man, for making me part of it, man. That's
And coming from you, who your mom just passed away because of this.
yes.
And here's a perfect example. If there was anybody that would be like really anti, no, I'm afraid that this is gonna, we're gonna affect people and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Coming from you, having basically a seal of approval that this is a right way to do this.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, because that's coming from you, being what you just experienced with your mom and stuff
Mhm.
like that. Of course, the concerns are going to be the actual concerns about not spreading, not being safe, and those are the factors that we're going to follow.
Yeah.
We're going to follow all those guidelines that need to be followed.
Absolutely.
This is not. We're not putting anybody in risk. We're not going to do what you call it. And like I said, Noel, great question. And that's not what's going to happen, because we're going to follow those rules.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Just like anybody else
Yeah, there's-
in the aspect of just being outside.
Yeah. Guidelines we got to follow, and for everyone's safety. So you wouldn't do anything if you weren't safe about the whole idea, the whole event. So I mean, I'm sure you thought about it, and we can't be scared. We can't be, oh my God, we can't go anywhere because it might hit us. Man, go out and just be human again. Be out. again.
What I don't want us to be at a park in a bubble.
Right.
That's not living. I'm sorry. That's not
man,
living.
no.
And then trust me, and we can go back and forth about living, what living is, the new normal living. Let's be honest with you. I think for all of us, there has to be the new norm, and I get what the new norm
Mhm.
is, but there's got to be some precautions and stuff like that. But we can't be to the point where I'm never walking out of this house ever
Exactly.
again.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
living.
No, it's not. It's truly not. But hey, life goes on, and I think it's going to be a decent turnout, man. I think it's going to be positive for a lot of people that's ready to. And I like it because it's a unique event, and it's not like you're going back into the nightclub scene. It's totally different from that, but it does have to deal with music, and I think that's where it makes me proud to be a part of it, because like even DJs, we want to be out there and playing for people. I know I do. I'm sure everyone's tired of DJing online and stuff. I want to go,
So Noel responded to something. He said, "Hey guys, glad you answered. As a composer and producer in the salsa field, I think it's only fair to ask these questions." And now,
Absolutely.
mind you, and I understand where they're coming from, because of the fact that there's the question about musicians per se.
Yeah.
And musicians, because of the way the systems are set up, it's on a stage and it's in a close proximity and stuff like that. So I understand that, as like I said, salsa composer, salsa, that's got to change too.
Mhm.
The way things are going to be structured and stuff like that.
That's
Because now, they have the heads, they have the earbuds and stuff like that where they can hear stuff like that. And obviously the difference is, Noel, and I don't mean to, like I said, I'm focusing on the question because the question is a very good question,
Mhm.
is that I don't think the city of Chicago is ready for live music per se, in the sense of a stage presence.
Mhm.
Okay, so the difference between the three DJs is that we're not going to be on a stage. We're not going to be in a central location. We're going to be actually with our setup completely football fields away from the normal way of people picnicking.
Mhm.
And because it's not a central location, that the silent party, there's no music coming from the actual PlayStation of the actual DJ booth. There is no music. There is no monitor for DJ, because you see, you might not know this, but you're going to have to be dealing with two headphones. You're going to be dealing with the silent one, and you're going to be dealing with your Q mod, what you call it. So it's kind of going to be kind of weird, because this ear is going to be listening to what you hear out on your channel, and this ear is going to be what you're ready to DJ with. So
Uh-oh.
that's going to be kind of different per se, because there is no monitor for the DJs. So everything is done in the ears. That's everything. Left side is the monitor. Right side is basically what you're hearing on cue. That's going to be.
I'll make sure I don't drink
So
that day. So, because talk about shoes in the dryer, that would be the day. Oh man,
but that's that, and I remember when we first did the first silent party, I was kind of like, okay, how's this gonna work? Because you have the one side is going to be like, and I got used to that,
Yeah.
because if you remember the old Pioneer mixer, they had the split. I don't know if you remember that. They had the split
oh yeah,
cue.
I remember that.
So you can hear what's playing outside, and you can hear what you're queuing up on this side.
That's true.
And I got very, very good. And you know what? And where I played at, that was so important, was at the Aragon Ballroom,
Oh my gosh.
because the music's playing, right?
Yeah.
But if you're playing where the sound system, I mean the DJ, the board is.
Mm.
So what's coming from the speaker has a delay maybe about 0.5 second delay. So what you hear in beat is not what you hear in true beat and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
And trust me, it was so loud, and I'm DJing, and I remember it was a Spanish rock event. So it's got doom, tsh, doom, tsh, doom,
Yeah.
tsh. And so, but what I'm hearing is
It's
out
echoing.
there, and I'm like,
Oh my-
so I said, oh my God, I put the headphones on, and you have the noise reduced headphones.
Yeah.
And then I'm hearing the real music playing. What I'm hearing, it's not the same. And then I hear the next song, and then it sounded perfect. And it was perfect. As far as with the music playing, the mix and everything like that. And that was the only way. And that's kind of the same thing here. You gotta do it by what you hear in your headset, not by, because there's nothing. it's silent.
I'll probably do a Julian Jumping Perez. I'll probably do a pre-mix then, man. I'll probably have a pre-mix ready. I don't mess up my skills, and I don't look like I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry, Julian. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm busting his balls, man.
Yeah.
Just like he used to bust mine and shit when I was a little shorty, man. I didn't forget, Julian. No, but no, that's cool, man. It's gonna work out, man. I'm excited to see how it just comes together, man. I'm gonna let everybody know, because I think that's fun, and I think people are ready to come out to something like that, especially outdoor. It is summertime, so it'll be the first day. If you do it on the 21st, that's the first day of summer, right? I mean, pretty much.
You know it.
Okay, well, good stuff, man. Yeah, summertime fun. Let's do it. Silent party.
Well, I mean, it's got to start somewhere. That's honestly the truth. It's got to start somewhere. And I figure if this is going to start, I don't know. I mean, honestly, let's say Lightfoot and Prisoner says tomorrow, hey, nightclubs are back open again. I don't know how many people are actually going to want to come into the nightclub per se. There's going to be, we all talked about, there's going to be the precautions. There's going to be this and that. If they say tomorrow, there's a vaccine, boom, we open it up. there's still going to be that, I don't know if it's safe. I don't know. And here, for instance, you just lost a mom because of it.
Mhm.
So you're going to be cautious. You're going to be like
course.
worried and stuff like that. You're like, okay, even though there's a vaccine, I want to be, I'm going to be careful. I'm not going to step on this ice water without it breaking and stuff
Yeah,
like that. I got to
right.
make sure, that's just the norm of it and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be a while
Mhm.
before we have indoor events. It's
Yeah,
going to be a
I
while.
think so. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think this is at least somewhat of a segue to the idea of getting people out,
Yes.
where it's still in that realm of a safety aspect of it, because you're going to have the distancing.
Well, you're playing a big role on that, man. That's everyone will follow after you and stuff. So that's pretty brave to do it. To just for you to just go all out and just do what you got to do, man. I think it's very important that someone like yourself starts it, and what better person than you? You know what I mean? So I think that you're doing it right, man. You're doing it right, and I can't wait. I can't wait. I honestly can't. I'm really excited about this. I'm like a kid right now. I haven't been excited for something in so long, and this is something that I'll definitely be excited for, man. So another thing is this age friendly? People could bring their kids and
Absolutely. That's what it's going to be. It's family friendly, obviously.
yeah.
That's the whole point. We want people to come out as a family, and to do this responsibly. Basically, this is about getting together with family. I know there's groups of people that still hang around with each other. So that's why we're going to tell people, we recommend maximum six people per
Okay.
group that's going to be there, because that's going to happen anyway. That's not going to stop anybody grouping wise and stuff like that. But what we don't want to do is that 6 people group up with that 6 people and that 6 people. No, you don't want that, man. We're gonna basically have, and even having a guy there and say, hey, no. Security guard, hey, you go over there. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, if you're dealing with a football distances, I can't see how anybody's going to be like on top of each other, because you got literally you got a range of a football field 100 feet all circumference.
Scattered everywhere. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, my God, it oh, no, you can go 100 feet to the left. Oh, go to 100 feet to the right. Go 100 feet to the top, to the back.
Wow. And the headphones will get that signal
Yeah.
no matter how far
yeah.
you're. Oh, wow. That's
Oh,
interesting.
wow. Yep.
Very interesting.
Football field distance. Hey, and guess what? You're going to be in the river, and you're going to be getting that, listening to the sounds.
Damn. I hope you don't get electrocuted.
Oh, yeah, the headsets.
No, that's awesome.
I'm on the canoe. Hey, I can hear it.
Hey, you're onto something else. That's actually pretty cool. Man.
Oh, hey, wait. That's my next idea right there.
There you go.
People.
Oh man, that's too funny. We're gonna go on a cruise and do a silent party, man. Oh no,
Yep.
that's great, man. That's great, man. Awesome. Well, Angelo, thank you for sharing your event. I can't wait to let people know, like I said, and send me any details, and we'll go from there. And man, thank you so much for having me on your show for the second time. I truly wanted to share my ideas, and actually, your idea was a lot better. So, and it's around the corner too. So that's mine's is next year. So you definitely got my full support.
Yes. Yeah, and obviously this is just going to be a segue to other things that are going to happen and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of more events that I'm coming up with. Obviously, I didn't come September, October. We'll kind of know what kind of the norm is at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is just one of the factors. I think this is a great summer aspect that we're gonna do and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You know, I don't know how, what kind of setup they have for permits in the woods right now and stuff like that. This is not gonna, you know, we're not looking at interrupting anybody that has a permit existing and stuff like
Right.
that. I don't know how, you know, this is not by no means, this is just a get together, a group of people,
Mhm.
enjoying music through the headsets that us guys are gonna be playing off our laptops,
Mhm.
and you guys are gonna be responsibly and social distancing. That's it. That's it. That's the best way to describe it. And we're all gonna have fun. It's not gonna interrupt anything. It's not gonna cause a scare for anybody. And I think you know, that's step number one.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, like Tone Loc said, let's do it. I'm all in, man. So yeah, let's make it happen. And yeah, man, I'm very excited about what's to follow in the future. And I see a number of good things happening, man. I mean, it's unfortunate that we're going through these circumstances, but I think sometimes it's to better ourselves and our ideas, and obviously to spend time with our families. And you know, I think things will start getting back to normal very soon, man. Hopefully, that's the idea and stuff.
And I'll share a message with you and Tito Puente Jr. so that you guys can definitely work together.
Oh man,
Is
that'll
that
be
okay?
yeah, that'll be. You give him my number, you give him my birth certificate, man. Look, I'm legit. I want to work with this brother, man. I mean, God, he has his father's DNA, bro. You know, it's like, come on now. So I mean, if he wants to work with me, that would be like a dream come true. Seriously, man. Yeah.
Cool. You know, you heard it here first, okay? So you know, this way we have archive of it.
We have witnesses, and you know, I told him I'd give him 20% out of the project, and you'll get it, man. You'll get it. I never forgive people, man. And you know, man, that'll be an awesome project for me to work with him, man. That'll really take me to a whole nother level of creation and creativity, and God knows what's to follow after that, you know. So
Yeah, we'll see. All right, cool. Jesse, I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much. This is the Front Door Show. Don't forget, we have more and more every day. Noel, thank you, Noel. Thank you. He's give us our best nice listening.
oh, man.
Noel, thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Noel.
and Noel, trust me. It's not. I'm not harping on you. I'm glad you asked that question because you know it's a legitimate question and stuff like that. I even working with Pablo. Pablo asked me, you know, what are some of the issues and stuff like that. He asked those questions and stuff like that, and you know, and I'm sure this is not going to be the first time that somebody's going to ask the questions per se. You know, cautious, absolutely. If you're afraid to go, don't go. That's not, you know, at the same time, we're going to do what we got to do and we're going to do it responsibly. And that's just the bottom line.
Yeah.
This is about being responsible and coming from you. Thank you very much. That means a lot to me coming from you. All right.
Awesome.
Cool. Talk to you soon.
All right, brother.